Sabrent Rocket 4 Plus-G SSD Review. Sabrent has implemented firmware upgrades to the Rocket 4 Plus SSD, including a new FISN PS5018E18 controller and Micron B47R3D non-DLC memory, making it much faster than before. Even though its speed isn't as impressive as Kingston KC3000's, its pricing is more affordable, which makes it ideal for multi-purpose usage. This updated Rocket 4 Plus still uses the FISN PS5018E18 controller found in the previous model, but it has been upgraded with new firmware and Micron B47R DLC 3D NAND memory. Although Sabrent has made improvements, they are not distinguishing the drive differently. Unless you carefully inspect the memory chips, it would be hard to tell that they have been upgraded to new or not. However, Sabrent informs us that any existing stock of the older R4P SSDs has now been replaced with the new R4P B47 SSDs. If one needs to confirm this, they may bring up Rocket Control Panel and review the firmware version. The preceding drives are known as RKT4P 1.2, whereas the modern ones are digitized as R4P B47.2. The Rocket 4 Plus can be purchased in 1TB or 2TB, and for those needing extra storage, a 4TB option is available. Many other drives on the market stop at 2TB, so it's great to have the larger capacity available. Sabrent is being a bit restrained in terms of their performance rating for their Rocket 4 Plus, not having updated the ratings since its release. Their rating states that if you're planning to upgrade the storage on your PlayStation 5, consider getting the Rocket 4 Plus from Sabrent, which includes a heatsink special for PlayStation 5. This is important because the console's M.2 slot doesn't have any active cooling, meaning drives without heatsinks can reach unnecessarily high temperatures during intense use and potentially overheat. You can buy the heatsink on its own, and in our Samsung 980 Pro heatsink review we show how such an investment can lead to enhanced performance. Each SQL Server VM was set up with 2 vDisks, 100 GB for the boot and 500 GB for the database and log files. The system resources configuration included 16 purpose Quest's benchmark factory for databases and SQL Server 2014 running on Windows Server 2012 R2 guest VMs were used to test the performance of this system. To measure the performance and any bottlenecks in a database environment, we use the TPCC benchmark. It consists of a 333 GB SQL Server database with 15,000 virtual users to evaluate transactional performance latency. In terms of SQL average latency, the Rocket 4 Plus's 3 milliseconds offerings outperform many other FISN E18 drives by being one of the leaders in this statistic. Technology upgrades to the controller firmware and Micron B47R memory have improved Sabrent's Rocket 4 Plus, as shown in our performance tests compared with the original drive. This product tested well with 549K IOPS in 4K random read and 455K IOPS in 4K random writes, plus 5.41 GB S in 64K sequential read, and 1.85 GB S in 64K sequential write. Additionally, you can buy a custom PlayStation 5 specific heatsink to use with non-Sabrent units, and the capacity extends up to 4 TB. Though it saw some performance improvement, the Rocket 4 Plus settled as an average FISN E18 drive, usually falling behind Kingston KC3000, Seagate Firecuda 530mm, and Corsair MP600 Pro XT. On a positive note, the Rocket is less pricey than the two former and not burdened with a large heatsink like the latter. The Western Digital SN850 could be the Sabrent Rocket 4 Plus toughest competition, since it delivers excellent performance and is much cheaper than the Sabrent at 2 TB. The Rocket 4 Plus is not a remarkable Gen 4 consumer SSD relative to other FISN E18 drives. However, Sabrent is making the most of this product by offering it in integrated platforms like the PlayStation 5, which expands its reach beyond PC gaming.